I came
You know,
on
it's
Marty
funny,
and
Marty. For some
yeah.
reason, I don't know what the reason is. I can't hear you for some reason. Let me just adjust my mic on my side. Maybe it has something to do with my side.
Can you hear me now?
Let's see. I think it has something to do with my side because I can't hear you. Hold on one second. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook my mic, and I think I have to have a different. Marty, you want to go ahead?
Can you hear me now?
Here, let me unplug this. Let's see. Hold on, everybody. Stand by. There we go. Marty, I can hear you now. How are you, Marty?
Hi, this is actually Martha. Marty Green invited me on.
Oh, sweet. That's
Yeah,
awesome. And Martha, you can hear me okay. I just had to unhook my mic because for some reason I couldn't hear you guys on that side. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yes. Let me turn. I need to mute my noise in the background. Well, I don't know where it is, but
Yeah, I can hear you okay though. You're closer to the action than the noise. But how are you, Martha?
I'm good. I just wanted to learn more about Dubb. Marty was sharing some of his videos and all that he has done and this morning. And so I want to come on for a training and learn more about it.
That's fantastic. What's kind of the use case for you?
What's the use?
Yeah, the use case. What would be the prospecting? What's the industry? Kind of what would be the breakdown a little bit?
Um, I'm gonna do a lot with health and medical, so probably videos for that for doing presentations.
Okay.
Um, Possibly getting into some of the CRM. I used to use GoHighLevel, so I'm a little bit familiar with that and the drip
Yeah.
campaigns.
Yeah.
But just wanted to learn more on the Dubb side.
That's great. Yeah, we actually have an integration with Go High Level. We got a little dub button in there if you want to
That's what
record video.
Marty was saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
Marty shared
very
that with me
convenient.
this morning. So it's really, that was kind of exciting to learn about that as well. But
Yeah,
he did an excellent video using Dubb that he shared with our group the other day, and I was very impressed.
that's very cool. Who's last question I got for you is your prospects, your folks, like are they how do you typically get your leads? Where does that usually come from?
I don't usually go out looking for leads. I do
Mhm.
a lot by reaching out to people that I know personally,
Oh,
and
nice.
then
Okay.
a lot of referral basis.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you could do because the reason I ask that is because a lot of the times, um, Dub Studio records in many different ways in terms of the recording. So you can have a screen recording, you can record from your mobile app, you can do a webcam video. So a lot of the times, if you have a lot of referrals, just a simple webcam video goes a long way. Or so, if you're recording with the Dub mobile app, just to say hello to someone as you meet with them. Those are really important. If you ever want to share something, when I showed the screen recording examples, you get an idea of like putting yourself in a bubble and kind of walking someone through something. If you want them to
Hmm.
understand it better, that works really good. So I just pay attention to the different styles, but you definitely always kind of want to have a hook, even if it's a referral. What's the reason the person's going to want to meet with you?
Right. And then sometimes too, like reaching out to some of the medical providers and
Yeah,
pharmacies and things like that. Sometimes it's good to be able to have a recording so you can drop it into an email for them so that they
absolutely.
can look at the
Yeah.
information.
And you can always do if it's B2B stuff, especially pharmacies and things like that, or medical providers, you can use Dub Agent, which is the AI tool on our side, to do a lot of
Mhm.
lead gen for you. It's a cool combination. So when I show Dub Agent and Dub Studio together, it kind of give you an idea
Mhm.
about how they kind of work together.
Yeah, and I also I do LinkedIn, so I have a lot of connections through there as well.
Definitely
So
screen recording. I'll show you that example. That's something we'll show in a little bit.
okay, awesome. Well,
Cool.
thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, Coach Rob.
Yeah. Good to meet you, brother.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you.
And let's see. And I saw one other one in there. Rahul, let me come over to you, Rahul. Let me see. Let me find you in here. Hey, Rahul, if you can hear me okay, you're more than welcome to unmute if you'd like to. I saw you put a one in there. How are you? Let's see. Rahul, can you hear me okay? It looks like your mic is on, but unfortunately, I don't hear anything on your side. Um, if you can hear me okay, you're more than likely, if you can just put your industry into the chat, that would be awesome. Just so I have an idea of what your industry is, that would be pretty cool. If you can hear me okay, because unfortunately I can't hear you. Unfortunately. Um, let's see. Okay. So yeah, Raul, if you want to put your industry in the chat, that'd be awesome. That way I can reference it as we're kind of making our way through. So what we're going to do now is I want to kind of push through a few different things from both sides of the side and the AI side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reconvene after that. If anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them into that chat. And then we have Darius and Ruben, the creators of Dubb. They're going to be in a little bit to do some deep dive Q&A. We do some training videos along the way as well. So when we cover a topic, if you have a question, if you hear one of us saying, "Hey, here's a quick training video on," that's going to be a nice little recording for YouTube that we do. So if you ever need to reference that topic, especially when you've asked something, we're going to have that on YouTube. Typically, anything's within 24, 48 hours. So it's a nice little cut of what's going on, which is pretty neat. So again, drop those questions into the chat, and I'm going to pop over here and start just to walk through kind of the both sides of the platform, so you can see both aspects of it when it comes to Dubb Studio and when it comes to the AI agent, Dubb Agent. So starting with the video aspect of it, sharing videos to folks is still probably, I'd say, less than 5% of the world probably does that in terms of sending a video with a nice animated preview. They click on it, they go to a landing page, they book a time in your calendar. Probably less than 5%. Mostly if people are sharing videos of dropping, a link in there that goes somewhere else, nothing's tracked. So a lot of that, happens just daily and people are missing opportunities. So with Dubb Studio, I'm going to walk through the different ways to record and how you share and what that looks like. But before you can record any videos, you have to have your hook. So whatever AI tool that you are using, whether it's Grok, whether it's Gemini, whether it's Claude, whatever it is, whether you're using Dubb Agent, which I'm going to show in a little bit, you've got to tell the AI what your industry is and who your ICP is. Who are you looking for? It's a big part of this because you want to explain to the AI, this is who the folks I'm looking for. This is the messaging I want them to get. This is the action that I want them to take. So the AI has kind of a short little complete picture of what you're doing and who your ICP is, the ideal client profile. Then once you do that, you have to specifically ask for a list, you can do 20 to 30, of 3 to 5 word hooks that you can use to get people to want to click on your video. That's a really important part of it. So when it gives you those 3 to 5 word phrases, then you can take those, the ones that you like, and then you can use them for people to get to click on your video because it got to have a reason. Now, once you have your hook, then you can decide what kind of visual video you want to record that makes sense. And these are some of the different kinds of recordings that you can do with Dubb. Okay, so first off, this is the webcam video that you can do right here. Now, the webcam is one of the most straightforward ways you can communicate any kind of message. Right in front of your computer, sitting right there, boom, right to camera. I'm holding up a hook right here. We said, remember the hook? 3 words right there, 3 to 5 word phrasing, nice and short and punchy. I'm holding up the Dubb mobile app and I'm holding it up here. So when you look at that, there's a feature on the Dubb mobile app, DUBB app, that's a whiteboard feature where you can type. So you can have that hook right there towards the camera. Now, when you hit record with Dubb, whenever you hit record, the first 3 seconds is the animated preview that's going to keep repeating on a loop that someone's going to see. Now, you can change that inside the Dubb platform. You want to go to editing and you want to slide it to a different part of the video that's cooler visually, you can totally do that. You can upload your own thumbnail. But to be efficient when you're recording this stuff, just be ready. When it hits record, be ready for the first 3 seconds. And the last part is because it's an animated preview, add a little bit of movement to it, just a little bit. You don't need a lot to kind of bring it to life. And that's what that looks like right there. Now, the 3 to 5 word punchy phrase also works really well for a subject line up here at the top as well. It can be one and the same or it can be different. Now, from the same webcam, you also have another variant that you can do. The other variant is having this right here. Now, this is a screenshot that you can drop behind you. You also can drop a video behind you as well. The whole point of doing this without the hook that we just talked about is the fact that that's the hook. So there's always a hook. So in this case, I'm not holding up the phrase because I feel strong enough that if someone sees a visual behind me, they're going to want to click on that. So if you have a property, article, website, screenshot of an action someone took, whatever it is, if you feel confident enough that someone's going to want to click on it because of that, just do a little head turn, come right back to the camera and start talking. And that's all you have to do. And that's going to be the preview. Now, if you want to combine both of them, you absolutely can combine both. You can have the context behind you, and then you can have the hook in front. So context in the back, hook in front. That's a nice little combination to have. This works really well specifically with real estate because when people are interested in properties, you can just pop the property behind there, have the property address, have a detail about it. But it works for any industry, anything that you're in, to have a screenshot behind and have the hook in the front. Now, screen recordings are a great option as well. Now, here is an example of the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder. So this is a browser-based screen recorder. So all you have to do is Google Dubb Chrome extension, three-step process to pin it up here in the browser, and then you're able to put yourself in a bubble, square, rectangle on top of anything within your browser. The point of this is to visually walk through something with someone. You can use annotations that you see right here. In this case, I've placed myself right next to the title of the article. It's a market forecast. But again, notice inside the bubble, I am holding up my additional hook because I have a specific take on this, which is there's been a big change. So anybody can, if you just send a link to a market forecast, anybody can just go through the market forecast. But you want to at least give some kind of hint to why they should listen to your take on the market forecast. And then you're able to walk through it, use annotations. You can use a teleprompter with this, like you can use with all kinds of recordings on Dubb. And this is a nice visual way to walk through this. If you are reaching out on LinkedIn, just to show you how that kind of compares, if I was going to reach out to, let's say, let's reach out to Darius here, right? I'm going to look for Darius in here. Let's see, let me pipe it in here again. There we go. So if I was reaching out to Darius with the Chrome, just to kind of give you a real world example, open up the Chrome here, puts you on the page, put yourself next to him right here. You can zoom yourself in, you can back yourself up, you can move yourself around in the bubble. A lot of cool functionality in here, different shapes. I always try to match the feel of the page that I'm on aesthetically. Like in this case, I'm going to be in a circle because, you know, Darius is in a circle. And then I'm going to put myself placement. I'm going to put myself right next to him right here. So you're able to reach out and record a video right on top of someone's profile on LinkedIn. And then if you want to share it, just click message, drop the video in here, and you're able to send it, and they get a nice animated preview just like that. So the Dubb Chrome extension is a very powerful way to put yourself on top of anything within your browser. And if you're doing LinkedIn outreach, that's definitely an awesome way to do it. Someone sees themselves on their profile. Now we also have another screen recorder called the Dubb Desktop app. The Dubb Desktop app is a little different because the desktop app is not trapped within the browser like the Chrome extension is. This can fly over the top of anything on your computer. So if you want to be on top of a document, you want to be on top of a video, a slide deck, whatever you want, you have the ability with the desktop app. You also can crop around something. So if you ever pulled up like a listing contract or a doc or whatever it was, and you wanted to physically crop it perfectly around what you want to show, you can do that with the desktop app. Like that's what I did here. You also can do landscape orientation. You can do portrait orientation if you want to do social media. You also can record in clips with the desktop app. So I can record these little clips all in a row and then I can merge them together and save it in as one video. So Chrome and desktop are similar in the fact that they're both screen recorders. Chrome is browser based. Turn it right on quick, it's ready to go. The desktop app can fly over and land on anything and you can record in multiple clips with multiple orientations. It's pretty awesome. But the whole idea behind screen recording is you want someone to see a preview of what this might be about. In this example here, I'm pointing right towards a number. So it's probably about that number. So you want to think about what do people see in this preview. It's a big part of why people click in general. That's what you want to think about for screen recordings. Now the last way to record is going to be with the Dubb mobile app. Now this is a very simple way to record. And what's cool about this is it has a very, very unique way of being able to have a simple message, but it makes a lot of sense in terms of what's happening. You're just saying hello, you're introducing yourself, you have your hook. All of it works perfectly in this simple format. You're just typing on the screen. You also can do something that looks like this. This is done with a virtual background. Now the virtual background here is a screenshot on your phone, whether it's a photo screenshot, whether it's a video behind you. Again, it's giving context. And all you have to do is type the font on the front right there on the screen. The last part of the mobile app, which is really great, is this, picture in picture. Now, picture in picture is cool because it uses both cameras on the phone and the Dubb mobile app, and it shows what's in front of you and you can narrate what's going on. Picture perfect for real estate property walkthroughs, works great for that. If you're doing any local prospecting, you could record outside of the businesses before you go in, send it to the contact that you have. If you're at a conference or an event, you can record the crowd, explain what's happening, do it as a social post, send it as a video email newsletter. If you're sitting right here in front of your computer, why not record? Hit picture in picture on your phone and lean in and show what you want to show on your computer. If you're ever physically with a client, have them stand across from you, sit across from you, go picture in picture on the mobile app, and then you have a nice little testimonial combo back and forth, and that works great. So picture in picture, webcam, screen recording, all of it is designed so when someone sees this, they are interested to click. And when they click, then it's about the experience. And that experience here is what you really, really want to focus on. Logo right over here on this customized landing page, we call them presets in Dubb terms. That's where people are going to land. Logo, video you recorded, playlist videos are going to play directly after the video that you've made. These are important because they not only provide more information, but you can record your pitch video, sits there in the playlist, and it plays seamlessly right after this video is done. So record a video one time, minute and a half, and talk about why someone should go with you, your product, your services, your background, your experience. It will always play after, and you record it one time. Because these videos should always be about that hook that you promised. I wouldn't go longer than a minute. Get in, get out, have them take an action with these. If you do have video testimonials, this is a really great spot to have them right down over here to the bottom. Now, if you don't have video testimonials, I'll show you a little strategy to get those in 1 second. But the bottom line is here, you're giving them an experience up here, and when they're done, you've told them to take an action below. Below are your CTAs, your call to action buttons. This is where someone can do something. So they can click on the calendar link to book a time in your calendar. They can visit your website. They can download a document, listing agreement, contract, a guide. They can email you back. They can fill out a form. You can have a link to an external form. They can check out a case study if you have those. They can also, if you want to, reply with a video, which sometimes people do. If your call to action is, hey, book a time in my calendar, but if you want to send me a video back, sometimes that happens. But the main use for reply with video is getting video testimonials. So whether you currently have gotten video testimonials or you currently want to be able to record one to get more, this is what this is going to look like right here. So I could record a video. Hey, Ina, thank you so much for using the platform. Would love to get a video testimonial from you. It is very simple. All you need to do is hit record, hit reply with video below, send me that video right back, ask the questions you want to ask. You get the video back in your video area in your library and says, this is the video reply. And this is the best way to get those video testimonials, and they're right here in the playlist. Let's see, Ruben, I saw you had your hand up. Hold on, everybody. Let me pop over to Ruben really quick. Ruben, where are you? Let me find you in here. Where are you, Ruben? I can't find. There you are. Go ahead, Ruben.
First hand raise is just for panelist access.
Oh, got it. Hey, but everybody, new folks, by the way, he's the creator. If you don't know who Ruben is, him and Darius created all this great stuff. They're fantastic. So let me promote Ruben up, and here we go. All right, Ruben, you are in like Flynn. Okay, so when you're back on this page here, now that they've had this experience, they can click buttons below. There's one more aspect to this page that's really important, and it's right over here, your AI assistant. We call this SIA, your Sales Interactive Assistant. And SIA is great because a lot of the times when people land on your page, they do have questions in real time. And those can be absolutely answered right over here to the right. So they're already sitting there waiting. So you can interact with the AI here. You can ask a direct question. And the AI wants to keep your momentum going. So notice it gives the answer, but then it's pushing for your desired outcome, which in my case is booking a time in my calendar, which is sitting right there. Now, you can create and educate these individual SIA, these Sales Interactive Assistants, inside your Dubb Studio dashboard. All you need to do is give them individual website link pages. It'll physically learn what's the text on those pages. And then you also can give a PDF as well, and then you can do one or the other or both, and then this AI is educated to help you close deals and move things forward. Now, these presets, these customized landing pages, you definitely want to have different preset landing pages for different parts of your audience. So if I was in real estate and I worked with buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expired, residential, commercial, investment, I want to have different preset landing pages to speak directly to those folks. Same thing with mortgage, insurance, coaching, consulting, recruiting, finance, any of the industries where there's any kind of split in messaging. You want to make those people feel like you're talking directly to them with the proper messaging, videos, and buttons to take an action. Now, if you're on a free trial with us and you decide to upgrade to Pro or Pro Plus, as soon as the upgrade happens, our team meets you in Zoom for an optimization setup. They help you set up the pages, the buttons, get you everything ready to go. And all of this is tracked as well. So you'll know if someone opened the email, did they watch the video, what's the watch rate, did they interact with the buttons, did they interact with the AI? All of it gives you a very educated way to know what people have done so you can respond in the correct way. Now, that is Dubb Studio right inside here. This is where you record those videos we just looked at, webcam, Chrome, all of the recordings in here. You create the landing pages in here. It's a full-on CRM where you can upload, you can do bulk sends, you can do automations with Dubb Studio if you have our Pro Plus plan. All of that is available right in here inside of Dubb Studio. Now, Dubb Agent is right over here to the left. Notice this little drop down right here we talked about at the top. This is your new AI best friend right over here that can do the doing, as we like to say. It's not just an AI tool that can strategize and write and content. It does so much more than that. So when you are inside this area here, this is the home dashboard right in here. And you can chat with Dubb Agent right down here in the middle. And all you have to do is tell it what you want it to do. It's all about taking things off your plate so you can focus on the stuff that really matters. And that's what Dubb Agent is all about. Now, Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent are connected to one another. And we're going to have a little training on this in a bit. But in terms of general functionality with Dubb Agent, what can you do? Here's some of the basic stuff that Dubb Agent can do. Email sending. Personalized content, great. Personalized sending. You can send emails with Dubb Agent. You also can have Dubb Agent go back through your email and find any missed sales opportunities that could be sitting in there. Now, we say sales opportunities, but you could use industry-specific language to say, hey, where's that thing that I'm looking for? And it'll go find it for you. It can also clean up your email if you want it to do that. Now, the thing you want to remember is whenever Dubb Agent does a task for you, when you've told it to do something, it's going to give you 3 logical next steps in terms of what those suggestions are. Because whenever a task is done, it's nice to get suggestions. Okay, what should I do? Maybe there's something else I should be doing. Absolutely. And that's what it's going to give you right here. Now, aside from the email world, Dubb Agent can also generate leads for you. So we talked about the ICP at the top, your ideal client profile. Go find these leads. We talked at the top in specific about pharmacy owners and healthcare providers, managers, right? Go find those people. Do a nice targeted search right in here. And Dubb Agent, because of its API and relationships and marketplace on the backside, has the ability to go find you leads. That's not something that Claude or ChatGPT can go do. So when it finds these leads for you, then you can immediately tell Dubb Agent, do me a favor, I want you to verify their information and who they are. Because you want to have good, clean, safe leads that you're able to contact. So it does that. And then the last step is, you know what? I want you to pop them into my CRM. And it's going to drop them right into the CRM. So a simple 3-step process of going to find your leads with your ICP, to finding out which ones are good to send and not good to send, and then the last part is dropping them into your CRM. All can be done in 3 simple steps. Now, you also can create routines within Dubb Agent. So if you want a recurring event to happen, you can create that. In other words, look at this one I did right here. Hey, do me a favor. I want a routine where it's going to remind me to record a social video and do an ad for Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent. So it'll confirm it here and say, yep, you're all set, good to go. And that's going to be a recurring routine that's going to come right to my doorstep when I need it. So if you ever need a report delivered to you or some action that you want done on a consistent basis, that's a routine. You also can create assets with Dubb Agent. So in this case here, we did a real estate one, but this could be anything within, whatever industry you're in. You want to drop a URL in there and say, hey, listen, I want you to create a 1-page sales around this thing or a slide deck. It absolutely can do that for you. And in this case here, it created the asset here, which is great. Here's the CMA right here. Now, the cool combination of Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent is this. Dubb Agent just created this asset. But now I can take Dubb Studio, which is the recording studio, and I can do a screen recording right on top of this. So notice right here, I'm going to frame around this thing like this. See me taking the blue lines here, right, and I'm framing it. Then I can record a screen recording, nice and personal, just like this. And I'm going to hit record now, and this is what this would look like right here. Hey, this is Rob. Listen, I want to talk to you about this CMA right here. We've got some really important stats that I want to point out. I mean, look at this number right here. This is super, super important. I also want to check out the rest of this doc here. Let's kind of slide through this thing. Oh, I see something right here. This is really big. Look at this. Look at this right here. This date. This date's super important. The point is, Dubb Agent just created an asset for you in seconds. It's really valuable. And then we took Dubb Studio and we recorded a video right on top of it. And now we have a video that we can send. And guess what? Dubb Agent can send this video as well. Find it in your video library and send it. So all of the interconnected integrations between Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Now, back over here inside Dubb Studio, let me show you this. So when you were in the dashboard here, all of the actions that we just saw that we told it to take, whether it's email, lead gen, CRM, asset creation, routines, all of it is done right here. You just have to type in here and say, hey, Dubb Agent, do me a favor, do this thing for me, and it will do it for you. Now, if you ever need to search your most recent searches over here for your chats, right here, they're all available. You even can do a little keyword search right in here if you want to do that as well. The team also designed this, which is right over here, called Speech to AI Refined Text. So if you like talking off the top of your head, like this is an example, if I go like this, so I want to create a 30-second script about the power of screen recordings, how showing something on the screen is so, so important. And I really want to make sure I mention annotations, and I want to mention the teleprompter because that's really important. But I really want to open with a hook and I want to end with a CTA. I think that'll probably work. Then I hit the check mark here, and it's going to organize my thoughts in a more proper prompt before I actually prompt Dubb Agent. So that's a cool little feature right there to be able to do that. Now, the tasks that are involved with Dubb Agent, the things we just talked about, email, CRM, lead gen, how is it able to do these things that we want it to be able to do? That is all in the world of integrations, right over here in the left navigation. So when you select in here, if you scroll down, there is a list of the popular softwares that are down here that people have connected, right down here. You can see Gmail, you can see Outlook, you can see Google Drive, HubSpot, GoHighLevel, Calendly. Just kind of make your way through here. If you use any of these, click the connect button. That's really what you want to do because you want to give Dubb Agent access to these things, whether it's your email, your CRM, your calendar, just click connect. Now, if you don't see what you're using down here, just type in here and search for it. And when you find it, click connect. Now, if you don't find it, all you have to do is tell Dubb Agent to create a custom integration, which is right over here to the left. You'll notice there's a bunch of them that have already been created in here. How is that created? Right here in the dashboard, Dubb Agent, do me a favor, create a custom integration with XYZ, and it will create that for you. It will show its work, and most of the time you just got to add in an API key into the area it wants you to add it, and then it will create it for you. And then it will be listed right there in custom integrations. So whether you found what you were looking for in integrations and you connected everything you needed, or you created with custom integrations, now Dubb Agent has access to what it needs to have access to do what we talked about. The other thing you want to focus on is skill level for your Dubb Agent. So right over here to the left, all you have to do is come right in here, and you'll notice there's a general category, and there are your industries across the top. This is like a giant switchboard, turning on switches that make sense for you. So whatever you're doing on a daily basis, turn the switch on, and when you do, it gives Dubb Agent the green light to do it at its highest possible skill level, what you're doing. We know email verification and lead gen are very important. We just saw that with lead gen. Make sure those are on. So make your way through here. If you do a lot of cold outreach, turn it on. You do blog writing, turn it on. You do a lot of email writing, turn it on. How about newsletter delivery? Turn it on. Sales follow-up, turn it on. Just make your way through here, and what makes sense, flip that switch on. Then, after you're done with the general category, make your way over to your industry. So if I jump in here and I'm in finance, I'm like, you know what, hey, tax season checklist. If I do a lot of that, I am definitely turning that on. How about a market update recap? Yeah, that's great. Then go over to just the different industries. Pop around. What do you do if I'm in home services? You know what? Neighborhood canvassing script, that's super important. I want to be able to do that. Real estate, FSBO, expireds. All you have to do is go through here and turn on what makes sense. So with integrations, you've given Dubb Agent access. And then with skill level, you've given it the ability to what you do on a daily basis at the highest possible level to get those things done. Now, under settings, right over here to the left, if we click here, you're going to see a company information section. This is really important. to drop in everything about you, your company, your services that you do that's important, pop it in here. Especially if you've got logos, branding, stuff that you want Dubb Agent to reference when it's creating assets or communicating. This is where you want to pop that in right over here. And then you have different models of Dubb Agent. Whether it's a complicated, high-end complicated task, you can come right over here to Opus 5. And then if it's something middle of the road, maybe you pop right in here to most balanced or most efficient. And when you click on these different models, you're going to see a best for suggestion, which is right here to give you an idea of what those are best for. And then you get a monetary estimation over to the left. Now, the other thing you want to make sure of inside here is right over here at the bottom, your little 3-dot menu. See where it says account down here at the bottom? You want to make sure 2 things are done. One, you want to make sure that you have your number popped in here because you can SMS back and forth with Dubb Agent. Pretty amazing. You can text back and forth like it's your best friend. Hey, go do this thing for me. Create this script. Book a time on a calendar. Talk to it just like you're doing anything else. It's pretty amazing. So just put your phone number in here, +1. Make sure you put +1. Put your phone number. Make sure that's in. Make sure you got Dubb connected, right? Dubb Studio, because we want Dubb Agent to be able to access Dubb Studio to get information for us. Go find videos, look at activity reporting, go record a webcam video, give me the link. It has access to everything within Dubb Studio. Just make sure it's connected. Now, in the main dashboard here, if we go back here, another big thing is routines. We showed that in our example. If you want to create a routine, a recurring event, you can create it and it will be listed in here. Whatever action you want done on a repetitive basis, it will be listed in here. You can change, edit, move it around, whatever you need. Now, to create this routine, all you do is go in here. Hey, Dubb Agent, do me a favor, create this routine, give it a description like you're talking to another human, and it will create it. Same thing for memories over here. Memories can be internal communication between you and Dubb Agent, how you want it to communicate with you. If it's external client customer facing, it can be script writing structure, it can be funnel stuff, it can be anything related to that outreach that you're doing in client comm, and it will remember it in here. All you have to do to create a memory, new chat, dashboard, Dubb AI, Dubb Agent, do me a favor, create a memory, and it will do that for you. Now, if you do need support, there is a lot of support. First, billing explanations, right over here with billing. We do a 7-day free trial, 25,000 AI credits, and if you decide to upgrade at that point, $50, $100, $300, we got those 3 different levels. You'll have an idea of what that looks like for you when you are first using it within the trial. If you're doing things that you would normally do on a daily basis that you're giving over to Dubb Agent, this is your activity right down here in recent usage. So when you tell Dubb Agent to do something, you will see it listed right here, and it's going to give you a breakdown of the cost in credits in the credit world and the cost in the real dollars and cents world. So you'll have an idea. So when you start telling it to do these essential things, you're going to know by the end of the 7-day free trial, okay, I have a good idea of what this is going to look like when you decide to upgrade. And that's a big part of it. Now, from the support perspective, right over here to the left, support. If you click here, this is where you can dial a number 24/7. This is to Sophia, our AI coach. Sophia can answer questions on Dubb Studio or Dubb Agent. We have our live training that you're in right now, right here for Zoom. We have our training videos. Like I mentioned at the top, whenever you hear us say, hey, this is a quick training video on, that's for everybody's benefit, but also in particular the person that has asked the question, because our team is going to edit it together and put it in a nice little video titled like this, conjuncted to just that topic that you can reference later. So whenever you hear us say, here's a quick training video on, that's going to be of real value to you and everybody else later. The last part over here is view documentation. This is a great part for catching up on different things. And if you have a feature request, we have a little features request section where you can put in here. We have a best practices, but for the live training log, you can access past meetings. And when you click on one, you will get a nice rundown of what was covered in the meeting, questions, all kinds of stuff that you can access. It's really organized, it's really done well. Then we got our FAQs down here at the bottom. When you click on an FAQ, you're going to get the same experience that you get from a client perspective. Like we showed on the custom landing pages, the presets, we've got SIAs, the Sales Interactive Assistants, right? Same tech over here. This is going to be an AI that opens up in the same format, gives you the answer, and you can interact with the AI if you have additional questions on the topic. Now, if you love Dubb Agent, and we've already had people have good success using this, which is awesome, it's so cool to hear. If you want to share Dubb Agent, you can, and that's right over here with referrals. So when you click in here, you have your nice little referral link right down here at the bottom that you can see here, and all you have to do is share that. And we do a 30% one-time payment, and then we do a 10% recurring payment that will happen. Now, we also have that available within Dubb Studio. Dubb Studio, we've had the partner program for a very long time, and it's done so well for folks over the years. So this is where you can click apply now. Again, it creates a referral link for you. You share that link, and it is a 30% recurring commission that will happen on that link. And then we have a 10% additional. So if you shared your link with me and I subscribed, that's 30%. It doesn't sunset, doesn't go away unless we stop getting paid, then it would. But other than that, it would not. And then if I'm like, you know what, if I love Dubb now, I'm going to create my own link. I'm going to share it with someone. Oh, they subscribe, you get another 10%. So simple 30 and 10 with the partner program. If you ever want to invite people into this training here, it is dubb.com/T. We're here every day at 10 a.m. PST, and we go for a couple hours. We do a nice presentation here in the beginning, and then we do some deep dives on things with questions. And then we also do little training tidbits in between there when we're explaining something, which is, again, for later reference. But in terms of the partner stuff, if you are enjoying using Dubb Agent and you are enjoying using Dubb Studio and you're getting results, let us know about it. We'd love to bring you on stage and talk about your experience. And, that's really what it's about, is sharing the strategies that have worked really, really well. A lot of the times when we have folks here in the trainings, sometimes there's a lot of great crosstalk between someone could be in here for real estate, and someone hears, for example, Greg's story. Greg has had some amazing success with Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent over the years. Greg Harner, he's fantastic. He's a real estate professional back east. And a lot of the times there's a lot of learnings in there that you can learn from folks that are just telling their own story. So if you have something that you want to share with us, you can always raise a hand and come on stage, and we would love to hear that from you, because that's a big part of the learning process, is not only listening to the experts like Ruben and Darius, as far as what to do, who have the experience of building the tech in the training it over the years, but also from our perspective of really learning about what your experiences have been. Because there's been so many cases over the years where they've gotten suggestions, or hey, this is a cool feature request. It's kind of like when you're shooting a movie. You've got the dialogue and the script, but then you got a little improv for a second. You come up with something else, and some of the best gold is where it's suggested in there. So if you ever want to share stuff with us and kind of turns a light on for Ruben and Darius in terms of stuff they're already thinking about, that can be created with Ina and the whole team. So it's a pretty organic experience if you let us know what the experience is, and that's really what it's all about. So at this point, I am going to bring over Darius, otherwise known as the Oracle. If you don't know his nickname is the Oracle. If you call him the Oracle and you're on a free trial, we'll give you a discount. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Darius, over to you.
Right on. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Rob. There we go. Great job, as always, my friend. If someone can make me co-host as well.
Yep. I got you.
And very good. Okay. Well, guys, I see some hands up. Aaron, welcome. What we usually do in these sessions, besides the Rob introduction of the 101, right, the basics of both platforms, we also like to do a couple of other things. One is we will answer people's questions. Aaron, you're coming up in a second here. Let me want to make sure I didn't lose the hand. I don't remember. I forgot the last name already, but the hand went down.
Aaron Lathan.
Okay. Good. We'll make sure your microphone is on in here in just a minute. If you guys have questions, if you need support, if you're new, we like to do some priorities in the room. Of course, for our new folks here, we want to make sure you get exactly the support you need. You'll see that we are extremely supportive in terms of software companies. You won't find much like us. We like to connect with you in these expert live training sessions with our leadership and our team. And then, of course, outside of this, we like to break off into one-on-ones where we can help make sure you get the support you need to set specific things up, integrations, landing pages, AI stuff, you name it. So that's the first and most important thing, is if you need support, that you're here and getting it, right? If you came here for something specific, to learn something, to ask something, that is addressed and taken care of for you. So with that being said, is there anybody brand new, newer, that needs some help, needs some support, has a pressing, burning question right now? I know I had at least one hand up. I usually answer, guys, these things in the order that they're received. But I will say, guys, if it's a longer, more complex question, sometimes I ask that we save that for the end, right? Because it's going to be a big one. And usually we always have time to answer everything. We haven't had a session in the last several weeks where we've run out of time while I was here answering tickets. So,
hey, Darius, I'll jump in real quick and tell you. So under Marty Green is Martha. Marty Green.
Okay, yeah, I know Marty. What's up, Marty?
Yeah, Martha's here though. Under Marty's.
Oh, Martha. Okay, his wife.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Marty introduced Martha. She's in healthcare space. We went through different examples. Martha, you're more than welcome to turn your mic on again if you'd like to. Not many times you get a chance to talk to the Oracle. He's here in person, so he's right here. So if you got any burning questions that you want to pop in, we went through the basic visuals of all that. And Rahul is also new as well. He put into the chat his background in there. I haven't
Okay.
spoken on camera yet, but he's there. Those are the two new folks.
That's awesome. Awesome. So, Martha, you're up first, and then Rahul, if you have anything to add, I'm gonna read through your message here. I want to take care of you guys first, and I think we had an Aaron hand up. And after that, I'd love to prioritize any other additional questions, comments, support, including new people and returners. So, drop what you can in there, and when something comes up, do include your message or question or whatever in the chat. Martha, welcome.
Well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Well,
Okay, I did unmute, but I wasn't sure if it was working. So
Yep.
I don't really have any questions right now. I want to come on and see what all Dubb offers and how I can benefit from it. So this is just a learning introduction for
Got
me
it.
today.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll just sit here and learn.
Were you here from the beginning? Did you kind of see the whole video email component, the AI piece, how those two connect, or where did you pop in?
Yes, and I am
Okay.
familiar with like GoHighLevel because I use that
Good.
sometime past, and of course
Yeah.
I use Sales Navigator and stuff on LinkedIn. So
Okay, so you're a
I'm
little
familiar
techie,
with
got some. Okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
a
Well,
little
good.
bit.
Yeah. So then you'll be having been used GoHighLevel before anyone else, either watching the recording or here live. Dubb often replaces GoHighLevel and or integrates with it, right? Either one. It does the same things minus some heavy phone call stuff. So and that's what most of our clients end up doing is either adding videos Dubb to their existing GoHighLevel stuff or replacing it because they got a lot more support over here. And Martha, you'll know that if you keep coming back here that you'll have a plethora of support you need to do more technical things, even right, like building out automations or setting up your AI workflows or whatever makes sense for you in what you're trying to do. Okay.
This is
And Darius.
awesome. Yeah, because I had NowSite. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but I used NowSite for a while and I just canceled that subscription. I'm trying to consolidate and go into a space that will have everything all in one.
You're in the right place, and I always say this too. And Rob, I hear you. I'll just finish this with we at Dubb are drinkers of our own Kool-Aid, eaters of our own dog food, so to speak. Like we only use our own technology here for the vast majority. Like we have a Adobe for video editing, right? We didn't build a enterprise video editor, but everything else in terms of CRM, marketing automation, everything that helps us grow and market and maintain our business is through our own technology. And so that we're always again eating our own dog food and happy to teach and help customers and clients do the same thing. And we are that one-stop shop for you. So certainly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Martha.
And Martha, really quick, you saw the LinkedIn example I showed, correct? Because you said you did LinkedIn outreach.
I did see it. Yeah.
Okay, did that make sense to you on top of the profiles?
Yes, it does. I like that.
There is a cool aspect as well. This is, you'll learn this as well, but with the Dubb desktop app, you can record one video with the narrator feature and record one basic message. You don't have to say the person's name. And if it relates to a certain lead group that you have, you can take that one video you recorded and just put it on different profiles. So you either can record it personally for each one with the Chrome, like we showed, or you can use the desktop app screen recorder and just do it once and put it across the profile. So you have a lot of options.
I'm gonna share a specific tutorial with that, guys, because it is very cool. And if you want to, some people ask all the time, how can I record less videos? Well, first, the AI stuff, guys, it looks not good yet, right? It still is very much, you can tell that it's not a human person, which is okay in some regards, right? If you're using it to just provide information, like, hey, here's about one of my products. But if you're trying to use it to build trust and create something, hey, I made this video just for you, because that's half the magic, right? Check out that link I just dropped in the chat. That is the instruction for what Rob was just describing, the narrator video. If we have time, we'll come back and do it here at the end too. But I'm going to proceed now with our other new person, and then Martha, you can feel free to actually watch that one while we're here. I'm gonna talk to Rahul about his email marketing campaigns, and then you can come back if you have a question.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Rahul, my friend, I got your thing there. Background not in advertising or sales at all, actually. You know what? Sometimes that is not a bad thing at all, because a lot of older training in sales and marketing, is not necessarily good. So it's almost like an employee in companies where they sometimes prefer people that they don't have to break the old ways in order to learn the new ways. So it might not be a bad thing that you're relatively new to sales and marketing and advertising, because as long as you're an open slate, right? As long as you're willing to learn new things, that's the most important thing, because there are new and sharpening techniques every single day, week, month, year, right? Stuff is always adapting. And what was effective marketing years ago, some of which still would be effective today, but a lot of it's, old. Like I gave an example very recently about the free consultation, right? If you free consultation is your offer, well, so is everybody else's. How do you make it more interesting, right? You want your offer to be interesting, just like you want your messaging and your branding. You want your business to be interesting and to stand apart and to get people's attention. And so, not like in a clickbait, way, but in a way that builds trust with folks and say, man, this person looks like, this company, this provider, this service looks like what I need. So, Rahul, tell me, is there, are you using a technology? Are you looking to use Dubb for email marketing technology? You guys have a MailChimp, Outlook? Tell me about the stack, and I can just provide a little bit more direction for you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So currently, I'm just kind of starting out. Currently the company is using Dubb for their email campaigns.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And the goal is to try to make them more personalized.
Right.
Because they'll create the campaign, it'll look really nice, and they'll get it sent, but there's not a lot of customization that they're currently doing, other than just saying.
Rahul, are you related to Devendra?
Yep. That's
I was gonna say I recognize the last name and the thing. Okay, very cool. Good. Okay, I'm glad you're here. So I think Devendra and I also have a meeting outside of this. So they're one of our teams that are utilizing Dubb campaigns. And the idea is this, right? If you speak to everybody, then you speak to nobody, right? If I'm trying to speak to the wrong person, trying to sell cat food to dog owners, it's never gonna work, right? And so what we're talking about is not only personalization in terms of like, hey, first name, but personalization in terms of, hey, Darius, who lives in California, who's a software SaaS business owner, who, you know what I mean? And now we're getting down into personalization. That it's like, oh, well, they knew some more things about me. And it's often more than just what's a quick scan of a LinkedIn or something, right? So let's talk a little bit deeper. Rahul, do you have some subdivisions of these targets yet? Some like ICP, ideal customer profile divisions, either role or industry or things like that?
I'm not too well versed in that. I'm just kind of learning the platform and the technology.
Okay. Well, here's the piece that I'm gonna recommend for you as well, because I could speak all day on one of these things and it would take the whole session. So instead, I have good news is I've recorded all of this stuff previously, because we've been doing these types of coachings for a long time. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share one of these showcases that has our past trainings in it. And let me just make sure this is the right one. Yeah. Okay. So specifically where I think you should start, Rahul, is right here. And most people, I don't say start here, but I know this is specifically what they're working on. And this is talking about mastering automation. And so I think this is work. This is worth sharing. This will be one of my training or my editor's notes clips. So here, I'll put myself on top of this a little bit. And 1 second. I'm just going to give this I'm going to put this one on social so everybody gets a little bit of benefit from this. So we're going to make it kind of this way. And okay, that's fine. Editor's notes. Guys, this is right here is the free coaching program that you get with Dubb. Now, some of this material is tried and true and good for years to come, about creating your ideal customer profiles, about creating automations, about creating campaigns, emails, how to personalize, how to really reach the audience that you're trying to reach. This is a resource that we spent years building, learning, training, updating, and I'm here to share it with you for free. So the link will be in the description. I can quickly show you in this short how much value is packed onto this free resource, including some of our best trainings on building your value props, your ICPs, crafting your landing pages, and mastering automation. This is a 40-minute training right here alone. So you guys are going to get so much value out of this. And I can't wait to hear your questions and see you in the live training where you're going to come drill me on this stuff and we're going to help build it in your business. See you then. Okay, that's it. We do these little standalone training videos. So this is the link that I'll share with you, Rahul, specifically, is right there. And mastering automation is the one I think you should do, as well as the ICP and value proposition. Because as I was mentioning, when you try to speak to everybody, you speak to nobody, right? If I speak very specifically to somebody, then they're listening. But you can't speak to Darius Santos at scale, right? So that's the balance of having an automation, a message, and a template that speaks as specifically to someone as you can, while being efficient, right? To speak to also another 500 people as specifically within that same group. That's really one of the most effective keys to automation, guys. The other thing, by the way, is making sure that you're actually providing something of interest. Rahul, if you see in any of your guys' automations or anything like that ever, anyone suggests, hey, just checking in or just following up. If anyone suggests that, you say, no, my coach said that's the worst thing to do. So take that, everyone here, right? Never have that in your automation again, where it's like, hey, just checking in, just following up, because nobody's going to be interested in that email. It doesn't provide any value. They're never going to forward it. It's not going to help them. Like, there's the 0.01% chance that they're like, oh man, you know what? I was going to pay for that thing and buy this service and I just forgot. And your email reminded me. There's the 0.1% chance that's happened. More than that, it's going to have people unsubscribe, not open your email, never forward it, think that you're boring and uninteresting and pushy, or not the person that they want to open emails from. So that's a takeaway for everybody. And there's even maybe a training moment in there. The most important thing for automation, never, ever, ever say just following up or just checking in again. Every system's guilty of it, guys. You buy a GoHighLevel, some other CRMs I won't name, when you buy these off-the-shelf workflows and you look at the steps and half of them are just checking in, just following up, that is a recipe for disaster. Do not do that. Avoid that. And if you need help avoiding that, check out the link in the bio. We'll get you taken care of. Expert live training every day. Don't do that. Okay. Yeah.
And then I think Aaron Lathan, I believe had his hand up. I think it was Aaron that did.
Aaron, thank you for your patience, my friend.
Or Aaron Sandoval. You know what? I'm not sure. It's one of the two. We got two Aarons in here.
Which Aaron was it? I saw that's what I got confused on too. I was like, I saw there was an Aaron. Could have even been a third one.
I'm gonna bet Aaron. I'm gonna bet Lathan. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. If you're still with us, available, speaking, we can turn your mics on there. Aaron, was it you, Lathan? If it was, you can communicate. Your microphone is open. And if not, then we'll go ahead and turn your microphone back off. So in case you have any background noise or something. Nope. We're not hearing you, Aaron.
Aaron Lathan's mic is on, but Aaron,
yeah, my mic is on, but no audio. So I think you may be having an audio issue, perhaps. Okay. So we are going to make a switch here. At this time, we got plenty of time left. So we always have some really good lesson plans in store for you guys about different topics, sometimes niche like real estate, sometimes much broader like lead gen. Ruben, you let me know if you want some time. I have some stuff ready to roll right now. Rob, I don't know if you have anything, but we're going to now pivot, guys. So we do three different things in these sessions. We onboard our brand new folks. We answer all the open tickets, questions, support. We give you everything we can there. And then if there's nothing left, then we're going to drop some knowledge bombs on you, some little nuggets of how to do something really cool, really efficiently, no matter where you are. So
yeah, so whatever order you want to go, I got something too. So whatever you want to do, Darius, totally up to you.
Cool. All right, I got one really quick. I'm ready to roll right now. Ruben, I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, I will bring up Natalie right after this.
Okay. So here, I want to share my screen. And let me minimize my Zoom stuff. I'm going to open up this one. Okay. And here we go. If you've ever seen this before, a bounced email, and you're not sure what to do with it, what if you could never have a bounced email again? I'm here to show you how and why that's so important for your business in less than 60 seconds. The first thing is, this is terrible for your business. If you didn't know, sending bounced emails is a recipe for disaster. Again, it's going to immediately destroy the reputation of your email sender, meaning your emails are going to start going to spam, promotions, not to the inbox, not to where you need them to go. So if you see this in your inbox, there's two things you need to do immediately. First, correct that email address. Either never send to it again because it's absolutely bad email. Second is let's make sure that mistake never happens again. And here's how you can do that in 30 seconds. First, you're going to go to ai.dubb.com. ai.dubb.com. From there, you're going to go right here into the chat. You will need to create an account if you don't have one already. After that, you are going to either enter one or many email addresses, just like by uploading a CSV file, a list of emails, copy and pasting them here, speaking them out loud. Then you're going to say, Dubb AI, do your magic and tell me if these emails are bad, are bounced, are good, are valid. Give me just the clean ones, Dubb, because I only want to send valid emails. That's it, guys. And you will never bounce an email again. That's it. Oh, and if you need help using this technology and making sure you never bounce your emails again, hit the link in the comments or bio, wherever you're checking out this video. Can't wait to help you guys clean up your list and never bounce your emails again. All right. I don't know if that was quite 60 seconds. We can probably get it there, but
That was awesome. Yeah, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a tutorial here that I'm going to set up. Rob, Darius, are you guys happy with my framing? Every day I'm trying to make some updates here. I ordered a new ring light, so there's going to be a little bit less haziness on me. This one's just like an 8-inch. I got like a larger 12-inch.
all your settings are turned on too, right? HD.
Yeah.
I think you could be a little bit tighter because I can see the outlet, and I don't like the outlet.
Oh, I like that. That makes
actually. Yeah, now I'm just nitpicking now.
No, you're good. You're good. That's really cool. All right, so I'll set that up, Darius. Natalie, I would love to bring you on stage. We've got an exciting tutorial today. What we're going to show is some ways to have automation for real estate, or it's really sales automation. So this is applicable for basically anyone that wants to have automation in their sales. So let's go ahead and get a couple of things set up right here. Natalie, could you please raise your hand?
I just promoted her. She's
perfect.
She's panelist now. Yep.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. And then if you could please share your screen, and we'll just we'll set everything up just to give context for folks.
Am I sharing?
Yeah, you are.
Good
Okay,
work.
and then if you could just share the sold.com page on just the sold.com website. Oh yeah, perfect. And then can you actually go to click on back to Zaps? I'm going to request remote control.
Yes, there we go. Confirm.
Okay, cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to CRM integrations right here. All right. So this is a really good opportunity here for me to teach this. Now, the second thing I just want to make sure that I have everything set up on the screen so that everyone has context. Okay. So these are the two things right here. So this is what I like doing sometimes. I like just sort of creating a new tab like this. And then I like just dropping this one over there. If you could help me with that, just drop that into the other tab. Or actually,
it's like nesting. It's like if you drag one tab out, it becomes its own browser.
Yeah.
And then you can drag another tab into the other browser, and then you'll have two tabs over there.
Did you want me to help you do that?
No, I think.
There you
can
go.
I do it? Can
There,
I do
yep.
it? Oh,
There we
does
go.
it.
Okay.
Boom.
For the win. All right.
Yep.
Cool. So.
And then this is really cool to make clean videos, but just make sure you don't make too bad of a habit of it, because next thing you know, you have 5 or 6 browsers with a bunch of tabs. Yeah, I'm very guilty of that.
So right about that. No, that's awesome. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, one of the things that we're really trying to do is we're really trying to improve our video quality as much as possible. That's why, like, every day we have sort of like 1 or 2 updates, like the new mic and the new light. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get my continuity camera going. And you can see that's a little bit of a pop here. That's just basically incorporating some HD. So I think that's what we can do, Darius. Everything else will happen in post. Famous expression in Hollywood.
Right. Yeah. Take care of it in the post. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if it's interesting, if you turn the continuity camera, sorry for this, you guys, but if you turn this, I think you get tighter shot. I think that's if I'm not mistaken, that's a tighter shot. So,
I'm
all
pretty
right.
sure.
So let's,
Yeah.
is that good? One of the other things, just so you guys know, is we actually purchased some permanent stands. So like having a setup in your office where your lights and your mic and everything is permanently set up is one of those investments that you get a 1000x return on. So that's one of the things, just so you guys know, that's one of the things that we work on. It's what we preach, but it's also what we're practicing, of course. Okay. So, so now let's get into this. Okay. I'm going to do a video training on how to have automation in your sales efforts. Now, the tutorial that I'm going to focus on right now is actually rooted in a real estate use case. Here is what happens. We have a third-party vendor to help us generate leads. Maybe it's sold.com or Redfin or Zillow or Yelp or Google or Facebook lead gen ads or YouTube. There's some third-party source that is sending us leads. Now, those leads are a big investment that we're making. We're probably spending a certain amount of money for every single lead. It could be $10, it could be $20, it could be $50, it could even be $100 or more to generate a lead. So in this tutorial, what I'm going to show you guys is how to think about activating automations to get those real-time responses to those leads. Now, one of the most important things in sales when it comes to any type of automation is something that we call speed to lead. Hey, it rhymes, therefore it must be true. I think that was a line from, was it Zoolander or Along Came Polly? If it rhymes, it must be true. It's totally one of those things, right? So speed to lead just basically means the amount of time that it takes for us to get back to a lead. So if you're guilty of this, it's okay. Okay, we understand. People in sales are not supposed to be lead generation technologists that can go set up all these automations with Zapier and Integromat and Dubb and automations and workflows and the Dubb agent and on and on and on. That's not your job. Okay. Your job is to close. Your job is to build relationships, build trust, close, get referrals, get testimonials, and get that flywheel going. And that's why you guys are in the right place, because we love to help people set up these automations. So in the end of this video, I'm going to show you the newest way to do this using Agentic. But what I really like to focus on right now is the simplest way to do it. Okay. Lead comes in, a trigger occurs, and then an automated workflow takes place so that now we can automatically send an email to that lead, right? Remember, we spent $100 on them. Let's send them a lead, because guess what, my friends? Your competitors are probably not doing this. Your competitors are probably taking days or weeks, or maybe sometimes even not following up, which means you have a massive opportunity to come in and be the best in class and the quickest in class. So this is a massive opportunity. The truth is, of course, that most people do not go through the legwork. They don't have the support. We offer the support. We help you build these integrations. We're so passionate about it. It's like our hobby. We're that much of nerds over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to show you the third-party platform that we're referencing to generate the leads, which is sold.com. That's a real estate use case. And then we're going to show, number two, we're going to show Zapier. It's pronounced Zapier, not Zapier. We know that because the founder told us it's Zapier like happier. Okay. So we're going to open up Zapier and we're going to show you what that looks like. Okay. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to show you how in Dubb Agent, the all new AI assistant powered by Dubb, can actually do a lot of this for you with massive levels of personalization. Okay. So let's get into this. All right. So what I'm going to do is, if you notice here on this screen, you'll notice that we're in sold.com. So this is where we are investing to get leads. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that there's only two integrations here. There's FUB, Follow Up Boss, and there's Zapier. Unfortunately, there's no other way to have integrations here, okay? So we're forced to use one of these two systems. Now, in this use case, I'm going to use Zapier. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a lead come in through Zapier. This is a third-party API access. If you notice, the letters API are in their name. Okay, that's why it's called Zapier. And it zaps over the contact into our system, and then that is what's going to trigger an automated workflow. Okay, So if you notice here, this is what a Zapier looks like. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. This looks scary. It looks technical. There's a little bit of code here and some weird parameters. I actually set this up for Natalie because I wanted to show her how this can be done. So this training call, we can help you do stuff like this. We can support you guys if you come to us with the requests. Now, of course, I use the Copilot chat over here on the left, which guided me through this a little bit. There's a little bit of snags, but we were able to successfully do this. So what this basically does is it creates a webhook with a Zapier. That Zapier now gets placed into the lead generation tool right here. We click on this, and then we have this integration that we can create a new Zap for, and that's going to send it over into Dubb. Now, the cool thing about this is that we are going to get some automation going so that when that lead comes with someone who just filled out a form that says, I want to sell my home, you get to be the person that responds to them in an automatic way. So you might be busy, you might be on a call, you might be doing a property tour or a demo or a showing or whatever. This is going to be your sort of agent that sends your emails for you on the back end. So I can do a little break for questions. I need to pull up a couple of things on my screen here. Any questions, comments, confusions? Please fire up the chat here in the comments. This is a really good way for us to understand and support you guys. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my automation. Okay. So let's do a little break here. Darius, can you activate automation on this account?
Yes, sir. 1 second.
Okay. I'll give you the last name. Okay, cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate automation into this account, and then we can go ahead and set this up. Now, let me stop sharing my screen here.
You're giving me 30 seconds, less than that, 10 seconds.
Okay, you're good. Okay, cool. So, so just so everyone has context here, when you have a lead that comes in from a third-party system, it is absolutely important that you get back to this lead in as near real time as possible. Because if you don't get back to them within 5 minutes, the chances of them working with you, it waterfall drops dramatically. There's a lot of statistics. If someone wants to Google this, what's the likelihood that someone doesn't get back to you if you don't get back to them within 5 minutes? There's some staggering statistics on this. It's pretty amazing. Okay. I've read something like there's a 90% chance that someone communicates with you, connects with you if you get back to them within the first 5 minutes. So I encourage you to do your own research on this. But the idea is sound. If someone raises their hand, if they fill out a form, we need to get back to them immediately. Otherwise, how are they going to construe you? How are they going to perceive you? Like, wow, if Natalie doesn't get back to me on this form that I just filled out, how is she going to get back to me with her customer service when I want to put an offer on a home, when I want to sign on the line that's dotted? Where is she going to be? Is she not going to be around? Natalie is too smart for that. She knows that she needs to automate this, which is why she brought this to us, because she knows how important speed to lead is. So shout out to you, Natalie, for raising.
You can hit refresh too, Ruben, when you're ready.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. Thanks, Darius. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to show how easy it is to set up an automation. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I have to go into my Dubb Studio account, dubb.com. You can log in there. There's a free trial if you don't have an account. And you want to go into the automation tab on the left, and then you want to click on email. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have, okay, so
company address first, yeah.
Okay.
And just for some extra context, this isn't a free trial account that has a few features enabled. So you guys will see some upgrade messages and stuff, but it is enabled. So just FYI, when you guys have this turned on in your account, you won't see the messages telling you to upgrade because you'll be in a paid account. We'll switch this one over to Ruben for future testing.
Oh, perfect. All right. So the first thing you want to do is you have to add your address. Why do you add your address in an email automation? It is for CAN spam compliance. Okay. You can't send an email out unless you have your address. Makes sense, right? All those emails that you get, those promotional emails, they have the address at the bottom. You have to include that. Now, we're not going to design this to look like a promotional email, like a newsletter. We're going to design this like Natalie just sent them an email, like quickly within a minute. And it's going to look human. It's going to look semi-personalized here. Okay. So that's what's really going to make that impact. It's the speed, but it's also the fact that it's a very human looking email. Let's go ahead and create that. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to create the campaign title. And we'll get a and then Natalie, I'm going to ask you to connect this, please, if you don't mind. I think, yeah, perfect. Okay, awesome. One-click connection to your Gmail. It's very powerful. Okay, so now we can go ahead and we can send emails. Okay. All right, so good news. We've added our address. We've added our email sender. Okay, so now we can go ahead and proceed and create the campaign. We can also add a video. So in the next update on this, what we're going to do is we're going to have Natalie record a video introducing herself, saying, "Hey, I'm Natalie. Just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and let you know that I'm a real estate agent that can help you to find the home of your dreams. Let me know if there's a time in your calendar where we can chat. Click on the button below to book a time." That's a video. That's a high value video. Okay. Natalie can record that. She's great at video. And then we're gonna add even more humanity to this. So here I'm gonna keep it simple for the sake of this tutorial. I've got a nice little message there. It's semi-personalized with the person's first name. So they fill out the form and they're going to get this email within a minute. It's going to come right into their inbox. Okay. And now we can go ahead and scroll down. Looks good. I like it. It's simple. It's sweet. It's short. It's human. It does not look like an automated email that some big billion-dollar conglomerate sent. It looks like Natalie sent it. So now we've got our automated email template. This is our campaign. So now it's the easy part. We go into workflows. We create a workflow. So now let me explain what I'm doing here. What we're doing is when we create, do you remember how I created that connection I was talking about? On this connection into Zapier, what we did was we added a tag here at the bottom. So anytime a contact comes in from the lead generation system, in this case, it's sold.com, and it sends it via Zapier, it's going to include this tag sold.com. And then that's going to get sent into Dubb, which you can see right here. So if you notice, now I'm connecting the dots. This is where it gets really interesting. So what we're doing is we're saying anytime a contact gets added into Dubb, into the Dubb CRM, we call this the Dubb Studio, it is going to trigger this automation. So there is the tag. That is the connector. Tags are like the currency of automation. It's what triggers everything. It's glorious. And then if you notice here, I've got a workflow that's been triggered. The tag has been added. And now all I have to do is click new action. I have to click send email, select the campaign, which is that auto sender that I just created. Remember, I created it in the email section. And then I have to click submit. And then there it is. It's visual. Makes sense, right? So now what I always like to do is I like to have my workflows be a little bit visually dynamic, sort of like it's steps. So I want you guys to now put the pieces together in your mind. This automation can do anything you want it to do. It can take a lead, it can send an email, it can send an SMS, it can update your CRM, it can send a video, it can follow up in 3 days, it can remind you to do things. The sky is the limit, my friends. This is where it all happens. So I've got my simple automation here. I click save and continue. I'm going to turn this workflow on. I agree to no spam. We're not doing that. This is all inbound. I'm going to save. And my friends, we did it. We created an automation. Okay. This automation here puts Natalie in the top 1% of real estate agents who are using technology, because the vast majority of real estate agents, or for that matter, sales professionals, this is not something that they've done. And I understand that. They get on calls, they meet people, they close deals, they make the world go around. Okay. We are here to support you guys. We've built all the tech. We have the infrastructure. We've got the support. This is what we do in these calls, and this is why we love doing it. Natalie, next time you get a lead, this is a live workflow. So I really want you to go into your account, click on this email, and I want you to make sure that you're 100% happy with it. I just put something a little bit generic, but you're a great writer and a communicator, so I'm sure you're going to do a great job. Just take a couple of minutes just to click on this email, edit it, save it. You can shoot me a link. You can shoot me a screenshot. I'll help you with that, and let's get this thing going. Because now, when someone fills out that form on sold.com, you, my friend, are going to be the first person that emails them, and you're going to get notified when it occurs so that you can even pick up the phone and call them. Not only did you email them, you called them, and eventually in tomorrow's session, we'll set up an SMS. How does that sound, Natalie?
Sounds good. I had to unmute.
Yeah, you're good. What do you think about this? What's your take on this? What's your
No, I
reaction?
love it, because as much as the more automation that I have, the more I have time for other things. So
Right.
like, and it saves you, because there's so many times where like you get a lead and you can't answer at that specific moment or within those 5 minutes, because maybe I'm showing a house or maybe I'm
Right.
whatever with the kids. And for this to automatically go, and then me getting an email saying, oh yeah, I was thinking about blah, blah, blah. And then you just did it for, like, the automation just did it for me. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah. And what's amazing about this is that this is level 1. Level
Right.
2 is what I'm going to show in a moment, which is actually something really exciting that we're working on here at Dubb with the Dubb agent, to use AI to completely hyper personalize this message. So when this lead comes in, it does research on the person, it understands what their use case is, what they're looking for, and then it writes a hyper personalized email. So that's something that we're going to be talking about in the future. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that just in a moment here. No, but thank you for your reaction. I really appreciate that. I get really excited about this stuff. Sometimes I feel like that guy in Jerry Maguire that goes to like Jerry Maguire, and he says Tom Cruise, and he says, "Hey, you got to check out this album from Miles and Coltrane." And Tom Cruise is like, what are you talking about? So thank you for saying that. We love to be nerds here, but mostly we love results because this is what this drives sales. And that's why we're passionate about this. Okay. Now, the thing that I just very quickly wanted to show you guys is that if you click to the Dubb agent right over here on the left, okay, this is Natalie's agent. This is her AI agent. One of the things that we're going to be rolling out very soon is the ability to take a lead and have that lead sent as an email into a system so that this agent can go process that information. So just imagine this on the back end. If you get a lead from sold.com, Facebook lead gen, Google, Yelp, Zillow, Redfin, the sky's the limit here. Okay. It's going to take that lead and it's going to automatically send it here via email like this. So here's a new lead. Here's the name. Here's the email. Here's the phone number. This message will be inserted automatically into your AI agent. And now the cool thing about this is that your AI agent can automatically write an email.
I mean, and the idea with this is to like replace the traditional Zapier automation thing, right,
Yes.
Ruben? It's
Yes.
so this is the old way versus the new way, right? The old way is literally what we just spent 20 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes going over, like how to build the Zapier, how to build the workflow, the trigger. The new way that's coming here very rapidly, I mean, it's probably possible right now, we're just doing the fine tuning on it, is all with your agent, right? And you'll see the benefit is that instead of one template being sent out, it's going to do personalization, right? So replacing Zapier, replacing traditional automation with your voice. And then you saw Ruben's technical level of expertise that is required to get in there and be familiar enough to configure those things. You're either having AI or an expert over your shoulder, or you are the expert to build those things. And very close here, like what Ruben's doing right now in front of us, it doesn't require technical expertise. So it's we watch these videos of professionals all the time talking about we're going to lose our job, like a X-ray technician or the X-ray doctors, right? Like they are doctors of looking at X-rays, and the AI can do a better job now. And they joke that like, well, what are we going to do? And so it's like this, like what used to require 10 years and a master's degree and automation is now with your voice and a chat, and anyone can do it, and it's better. Right, it's better than traditional automation.
Faster and
it's
better.
Personalized. Yes. Yeah, faster, easier, better. You rarely get all of those things.
Yes.
So
yes, absolutely. So this is what this will look like. I want you guys to vision this because this is the journey that we're on, and we want you all to participate in this with us. So imagine if your leads came in from any system that you're using. I don't care what you're using. It doesn't matter. We all have a lead system. Okay. It's nice when they're warm. It's nice when they're inbound. Outbound doesn't work as well because they're just cold. Those people don't know who they are. But when they raise their hand, like in Natalie's case, when they fill out that form on sold.com, imagine if that email got inserted into your Dubb agent, just like this as a message. Auto email just came in. Here's a new lead. Ruben at Domain. Here's his number. Looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home in Jersey, $1 million. Write an email for them to see if I can be their real estate agent. Your Dubb agent is going to craft a message just like this. I'll get your email ready. Here's the email. Here's the subject. Thank you for reaching out. I'm excited to work with you on your $1 million budget. You see that? It's hyper personalizing the email. And now what it's doing is it's taking, in this case, Natalie's information about herself, her profile information, and it's writing information that's relevant for her. 12 years of experience, schools, NYC, neighborhoods, like all the right things, would you be available for a 15-minute call? I can call you at this number, click on the link below to book a time in my calendar, my Calendly, here's my Gmail, here's my Google Calendar link. The sky is the limit, folks. Do you want this shorter? Do you want it longer? I mean, you could also even do like a neighborhood report. You can have this generate a neighborhood report for this particular town or for this particular zip code that shows the school districts, the areas, the regions, the certain towns where the shopping malls are, and so on and so forth. So this could actually do specific research for this lead, depending on how much information it has on them. Okay. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and stop your sharing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I mean, this is what we're so passionate about here. I remember in the earliest days of my career building out demand generation, and I remember the first time I saw an automation, and I was like, oh my God, technology can do the work. It can send the emails, it can update the CRM, it can go and do this information so that we can focus on what we do best, which is building trust, building relationships, closing deals, getting clients to work with us, reviews, testimonials, and cashing those checks at the bank. Thank you guys.
That was great, Ruben. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Tons of
Thank
value
you,
in there.
Rob. It's a little tough to do those in real time because you never know what you're gonna get, but they're really fun if you can get through it.
I think the best thing when someone makes a video is seeing the passion that they have when they're making it, and you can tell you love automation. Same thing with Darius. You guys get into it because it's results. You know what I mean? So it's really really
No,
cool.
absolutely. I mean, some people like a nice, Cabernet with some homemade ravioli. I prefer automations.
Automation with ravioli. That's a pretty good video.
Yeah.
Darius, you got something? If not, I'm gonna go.
I got one more I can do today, but I think if we all took a turn, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna get through this one right here. So, okay, this is gonna be a training video on using AI and authentic human video to get results. If you're looking to use authentic video, and the power of AI to grow your sales, this is how you do it. So let me share my screen here and let's jump into this tutorial. Okay, you are looking at the Dubb Studio. This is where videos are created, authentic human videos. So let's begin there. How do we record a video? What do we need to do first? Well, the first thing that we want to do is we want to be able to open a video to record. So I'm going to pop right over here and I'm going to hit create video. This is going to open up my webcam and I'm going to have the ability to record a nice video for someone just like this. Now with Dubb Studio, you have the ability to have a teleprompter. If you want it, I could use one of these scripts up here if I wanted to. As an example, I'll just pop in a script right here. And by the way, you can use Dubb Agent to write a script if you need it. But if you're not using a teleprompter, you don't have to. If you just want to do natural delivery, that's a totally okay. But let's record this video right here. Let's record a nice video. I'm going to hit record here, and here we go. Hey, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, we use automation, we use contact management, we create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I would love to show you the power of this. All you got to do is click below to book a time in my calendar, and I look forward to speaking with you very soon. Now, when you're recording this video, just so you have some options here, you can pause this recording if you want to, take a little break in the teleprompter and then keep going. You can control the speed of your teleprompter right here. You can back your text off, you can zoom it in. Whatever authentic way you want to deliver your content, you can have the teleprompter, which I think is pretty amazing, but also you can deliver direct to camera without it if you'd like to. We always say to open with a hook, we end with a CTA, so that's what you want to do when you have your video delivered. Now, I am going to save this video I just recorded, a nice authentic message. I'm going to save it here, and it's going to save it into my Dubb Studio video library. Now, the Dubb platform in here, Dubb Studio has the ability to do auto titling. So you're going to notice right here, it says, even though it's spelled Dubb wrong, that's okay. Dubb's not an easy word to spell. There we go. So it's going to automatically title the videos that you record. So it's already right here. I can access this if I want to. Now, I have this video that I've created. Well, what happens when someone clicks on it? They're going to go to a landing page, which we're going to show you in a little bit. It's all such an amazing experience for someone. But step one is we have our video. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this title right here. I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to copy this right here. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. Okay, so now I'm going to jump back over to the dashboard right over here. And this is the Dubb Studio dashboard. Now we have our authentic human video. Now I'm going to use the power of AI called Dubb Agent, which is right over here to this little drop down. Now, Dubb Agent has the ability to do the doing, as we like to say. A lot of AI tools just write, they come up with content, they strategize. This is actually going to do things for you. So when I select this here, it's going to pop me right over here to the Dubb Agent dashboard. Now, the great thing about this is I am going to say right down here, this is where I can chat with Dubb Agent. Please find the video I recorded called right here, okay? I wanted to find this video. So now Dubb Agent has access to Dubb Studio with a very powerful integration. So it's able to communicate back and forth with Dubb Studio. Now, when it finds the video here that I'm looking for, then I'm going to take it to the next level in terms of telling it to do something. So look at that. It found it right here. Great. Okay, awesome. Perfect. I can edit the video. I can watch it. That's fantastic. Now I'm going to say, please send, right down here. It's going to send it to me, but this would be an example. I could send it to a lead. Okay, and I also want in the subject line, I have so many spelling mistakes, but hey, Dubb Agent smart. Okay, so now I want Dubb Agent to take the video I've recorded, the authentic human video, and I want to send it to a lead. In this case, I'm going to send it right over to me, and I put the email in there, and I'm going to tell it to do that. That's my prompt. So after creation of the video, now it found it, and now it's going to get ready to send. The efficiency of this is you're combining two really powerful things. People want authenticity very badly, even though in the age of AI, everything is amazing as we're showing it right here. But when it's supportive of you being a human, that's really where the growth is going to happen in sales. Because a lot of the time, you know, it's labeled as AI slop. We see it a lot everywhere where there is no connection to that. But if AI can support you in a way that is powerful, like this is going to end up growing your sales because it's combining the best of both worlds. Now, if we look in here, look at this, a short punchy line. See how it made this Larry Bird reference, which is fantastic. You can have Dubb Agent communicate with you and creating a memory in terms of how you want it to communicate internally. I'm a big Larry Bird Celtics guy. So let's see what it did here. Okay, embedded in there. Okay, here's what landed. Subject, I can see the subject line right here, right? I can see the body. Embedded is the animated video GIF preview, which we love. It's a 3-second preview of that. So boom, boom, boom. Hey, do you want me to take this further? Whenever you use Dubb Agent, it's always going to tell you, do you want 3 logical next steps to take place? Which is really great because it gives you some really good suggestions on this, which is so cool. But the main thing here in this example, done, sent. So let's pop over to the email and let's check to see if this was sent. All right, let me go. Let's refresh here. Let's cancel. Boom. Here we go. And look at that. Just like that. We have video in the subject line like we talked about. We have our hook here. We have our content personalized. It has the name. Boom. We have our content right here. I just recorded something you need to see. It's only 14 seconds, but if I could change the way you think about growing your business, this is the exact system that turns video into real pipeline and real revenue. And then it's got down here, you get your CTA. Boom. This looks fantastic. See how quick that can be done? Now, when someone clicks on this, what's the experience? That's when they're brought to a customized landing page right here. Your logo, video you recorded, playlist videos they're going to play right after, call to action buttons so someone can book a time right in your calendar, and more power of the AI right over here to the right can answer any questions anyone has. So with a quick recording of a video within Dubb Studio, using Dubb Agent, the power of the AI to send it out with personalized sending, and someone sees that nice animated preview, that is the best of both worlds, and it's incredibly efficient. So definitely check it out if you have not yet, dubb.com. Get in there, get your free trial, get in there, record some authentic videos, use the power of AI to send it, and then guess what? When you send that out, you get tracking as well. Did someone open the email? Did they watch the video? What's the percentage? Did they click on any buttons? All of it fantastic for following up. So that's the combination you want to focus on. Check it out. Dubb.com. So that's a quick training video on that. But that's, I mean, we talk about the old way and the new way all the time, and that's a pretty good example of that. So
That was awesome, Rob.
But, good. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the theme of old way versus new way because we're all still in a little bit of both worlds, right? We still do some things the old way. We're changing over many things to the new way. And I want to the piece I'm going to record, guys. The little lesson I'll record for you today was specific for real estate, but applicable for anybody. And it's very much the old way versus the new way. I'm going to talk about the old way before I press record because the new way is going to be the short way. The old way, guys, what we're talking about, and Natalie, this is specific for you as well, with your funnel, is when you're trying to capture leads from social. There's an expression, I don't remember it exactly, about bees and honey and, you know, flies and stuff, right? So you get more bees with honey, right? Doesn't make any sense. Bees aren't attracted to honey, but that's how the analogy goes. And the idea is you need a lead magnet, right? No analogies. You need a lead magnet. If you want somebody to become a lead from social media, you have to give them a really good reason to give you their information. And it makes logical sense, technical sense, everything when you say, hey, here's some video I produced on social media. And if you want the ultimate buyer's guide, the top 10 investments in this neighborhood, like those types of things, then you offer them that in the social media post, right? So the old way of doing that is these types of ebooks, lead magnets were really hard to make, right? You had to pay somebody, you had to be a Canva expert, took hours, took long time, right? It was a big ask to create these types of lead magnets. And that was the old way versus the new way. So the ways that hasn't changed, what has not changed is you still need lead magnets to capture leads from social. That has not changed. How you create the lead magnets has. So that's what this training is going to be about. I'm going to speak a little bit. So training video to begin. If you're trying to generate leads from social media, then you absolutely need a lead magnet, lead magnets even. And if you don't have modern, branded, powerful lead magnets, I'm going to show you how to make those in less than 30 seconds. Let's go. So here is how it works. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to ai.dubb.com if you don't have an account already. Log in for free for a trial if you don't have one. Once you're in there, you are going to start a simple conversation. You can see here, you can ask for email templates, email newsletters, buyer's guides, seller's guides, instantly branded. This is my old brokerage branding that was put on this email template. This would have taken some time before. Now it's a conversation that's one sentence long. Create me a custom email template. Or how about create me a market update? Again, with all of my custom branding data, everything included. This was one sentence to create this. So this is the new way of creating marketing material for your real estate business to capture leads from online. Create beautiful lead magnets, buyer's guide, seller's guide, relocation guide in seconds with Dubb AI, and turn your funnel on to capture leads for your real estate business. And if you need help with this, check out the link in the comments or bio. Come check out our live training, our one-to-one support, and get a free trial. See you in the next video. Something like that. So
Awesome.
And again, yeah, guys, those lead magnets, I talk to agents, I talk to teams every day that either have old, outdated lead magnets. They don't have them at all. Right? They don't have an awesome buyer's guide, a seller's guide, a relocation guide, an investor's guide. They don't have the resources that are needing to attract the people that they want, right? And I could see why. Back when I was an agent, those things were not easy to come by. I had to either, again, hours myself, pay somebody, try to throw something together. It was not easy to make something that was impressive. And now it really is to make something that's very beautiful, branded, effective, informative, in such an easy amount of time that, again, every day I talk to a new team, new person, new agent that doesn't have these types of resources available. And then I have to record this training for them custom. I say, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your branding, your logo, here's the prompt, and I give them that training standalone. So hopefully you guys take that one, and Natalie, you come have some awesome guides here to connect to your Dubb pages for that autoresponder. And anyone else in your funnels and your automations, make sure you have awesome lead magnets, because when you're asking for that calendar, you're asking for the checkout. That's a big ask, right? You're like, hey, make a big commitment right now. Promise a time, commit to something, versus getting the lead magnet. They're not really committing or promising to anything. And it's an opportunity to start, building more trust and value with them. So there you go. All right.
Awesome.
What else we got? Any other?
I've got one. I just let's do a check-in with the audience here. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, any confusions? Anyone having a bad hair day? Anyone scared of video?
I don't think I see any currently. But yeah, please raise a hand or something if there's anybody left has anything important. I mean, sometimes stuff comes up as we talk about it. So
yeah. I've got one that oh my God, how many years has this taken me? Definitely since before the pandemic. So 2020, what was that? 2021 now? Right? 5 years ago? Is that correct? Do I have my dates right?
Yeah, I mean, 2021 would be 5 years, 5.5. Yeah,
That
something
was
like
when that was when the Zoom thing went crazy.
right.
with the
I think
pandemic,
it
right?
was a 2020, 2021. I don't know either. Yeah.
I think it was 2021. Yeah. Okay. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to have the absolute best video quality in Zoom. There are a lot of folks still use Zoom to record videos. A lot of folks use Zoom to have meetings, to meet with people, and a lot of folks record those videos, and we use those for different purposes. We put them on social media, we put them on YouTube, we put them in a Dubb video email, we record podcasts there, and I think it's really important to make sure that we have the absolute best settings inside of Zoom so that when you are going to record, it not only looks good with your video, but it also sounds good with your audio. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like.
I was going to say pause really quick. Greg
Okay.
said Ruben's audio went low and just left. Do you hear a difference? I might hear a difference.
How about now? Is that better?
It's pretty clear. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
It is left-sided. It is slightly left-sided though.
What do you mean?
Channel. So that's what he meant. The channel, left channel. Okay, there we go. That I was like,
because you sound direct on, Darius. Ruben, you sound a little bit like you're one side. I think that's what he means. Like left.
Oh, like a mono.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good to know. I'll work on that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to show you these. A lot of these, look, you guys, a lot of these settings inside Zoom are totally hidden, okay? So the reason why a lot of these settings inside Zoom are hidden is because Zoom has a duty to have compression. They have a duty to make sure that the videos that get uploaded do not fill up their servers, take forever to load, and if someone clicks on one of the web links to watch the video, they see that loading wheel. They don't want any of that experience. So they are doing their absolute best job to compress the video and to use lower quality footage and lower quality video streaming capabilities as possible. And again, that's just to save space and to save bandwidth and to save money for them and sometimes for the end users too, especially if they're uploading to the cloud. Okay. And this is going to turn all of those off so you can maximize the quality. So the next time you have a podcast, the next time you record a video inside of YouTube, like a lot of people use YouTube, a lot of people use Zoom because they like some of the beauty filters, or they like the virtual background, or they like blur my background. A lot of people use Zoom for those capabilities, okay? We have built a lot of that technology in the Dubb desktop app. So we have blur background, virtual background, skin smoothing, all sorts of ways so that you can enhance your video quality without getting Zoom crushed, as we like to call it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you some of these settings so that you can maximize your quality inside of Zoom. So just give me a moment here. Okay, so what I like to do is whenever I have screenshots, I like to put them all in a preview so that I can just present them in one shot. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so if I click on preview, can you guys see my screen?
What am I yelling at right there?
Okay, so the reason why Rob looks so upset in this picture is because he had his low settings on his Zoom. That's why he's so upset. So this is the before picture.
Perfect.
And at the end of this video, we're going to see the after picture where he's happy and he's elated. All right, so number one is, let me get myself organized here. All right, I got my sidebar here. Okay, so look at Rob. He's upset. Why are his settings so poor? Here's how we're going to improve those. Okay, so in Zoom, what we want to do is we want to click the up arrow right next to the video button. And you'll notice there is video and effects settings. Okay, this is where a lot of our settings are going to be. Before I do that, I do want to mention that the camera that I'm using is the continuity camera. So I'm actually using my iPhone for this Zoom video. So that's another pro tip that I might recommend. So if we want to focus on those settings, go ahead and go to video and effects settings. And then you'll notice here, you'll notice that I have the ability to click video and effects settings. Now, before I click that, I just wanted to quickly show you that there's blur my background, that's an option, and then auto frame my video. I personally do not like auto frame my video. It makes me dizzy. It makes me seasick. I need those little stickers behind my ear anytime someone uses this. I'm not a fan of this. Maybe it's more if someone's on a podium, if they're moving around in a room, but I don't like it when people are on a desk. It just looks distracting to me, okay? And then once we get into those settings, you'll notice that you'll have the ability one moment, please. Okay, so here it is. The first thing that you are going to see is you are going to see a switch for HD. Click that on, please. You guys do it right now if you want. Just do it. Trust me. There's no reason to not have this on. Okay. If you want to have your mirror, if you want to have your video mirrored, you can also do that. If you have your logo or your, like I have my logo here and it actually is mirrored, but I'm okay with that because the exported video on this is actually going to be correct. So you get to choose if you want to have your video mirrored or not. Okay. Now that's the first tab. That's the video tab right here. If you click on the second tab, appearance, you are going to notice some switches here. You're going to notice touch up my appearance. That's font smoothing, or sorry, that's skin smoothing. So what that does is if there's blemishes in your skin, crow's feet, wrinkles, smile lines, whatever it is, it's going to smooth those out. You do not need to get plastic surgery. You can simply click on these switches, touch up my appearance. The second one is adjust for low light. I like this one because it puts a spotlight right on your face. Now, the best situation is to have a light right in front of your face. Okay, it's worth it. It's a diffused light. It's an LED light. It's a ring light. They work very well. I encourage you to invest into one. Okay, a 12-inch circular ring light with a diffused sort of light projection is going to be great for you. If you don't have that and you want to bump it a little bit, you can adjust for low light. Portrait lighting also looks nice because that really gives you that spotlight right on your face, which is also really nice. And then auto framing, which I mentioned earlier, I'm not a fan. It makes me dizzy. Okay. The other thing that you'll notice on this page here is the ability to add a virtual background. You can do that. I think personally you should invest in your background instead of doing a virtual background, but I understand it. Maybe it's laundry day, maybe you have a mess behind you. I get that. So you have to find what works for you. But I think the best thing is authenticity. But if you can't do that, then great. Use a virtual background. It's all good. You can brand it. You can even upload your own or use AI to brand it. To upload your own, you click on that plus button right there. Okay. Now, let's see here. The next thing that I want to talk about is your audio. I want to jump to audio now. So if you click on the microphone on the left and then you click on the up arrow, you are going to notice this option for original sound for musicians. Folks, this setting is not just for musicians. It's for podcasters. It's for YouTubers. It's for people who want to have high quality audio. Okay. So I encourage you to click this on. Now, if you have kids in the house, if you've got roosters in your backyard, if you live next to a freeway or a train station, or you've got all sorts of gardeners in the backyard or something, you probably do not want to use original sound for musicians because it is going to maximize the frequencies that enter your microphone. If you don't want that, and if you want to get rid of some of those noises, then go back to noise removal, which is your default setting. But if you want to have high quality audio, like for a podcast or for a YouTube video or a social, I encourage you to click on original sound for musicians. Now, side note, this is something that I'm really excited about. This is for like the absolute technical geeks and the people that want to spend money on this type of stuff. But I actually have an audio interface that's plugged into my Zoom. This is the Scarlett 4i4, and this is what allows me to plug in my Shure SM7B microphone. This is the same microphone that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on. It's a best-in-class microphone. Joe Rogan uses this. A lot of famous podcasters use this mic, but it does require this additional setup. So if you don't want to go through that, I understand. Shure also has a USB version of this mic. That's also cool. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to focus on audio and video compression, okay? Because there is this thing that Zoom does to our videos. It heavily compresses them. So I don't know if anyone here saw the TV show Silicon Valley. There's a great bit about this where the startup company in that show Silicon Valley, they're on a race to build the ultimate video compression, and it becomes one of the main themes of the show. But it's funny and it's appropriate because there's so much effort that's being put into video compression because it takes so much space. Okay, so sometimes you'll notice if you go to YouTube, it's low resolution. It's because there's compression, and they're sort of determining things based on your connectivity to give you a lower resolution. So we don't want that. We want high resolution videos. Why? Because we're putting these videos on YouTube, on social, on our Dubb video pages. We're sending Dubb video emails and SMS and all sorts of things. Okay. So what you do to access this setting is you click on the three dots in more. You click on settings here. Okay. And it's very hidden. You have to scroll down on this page and you have to click advanced. This is where it is hidden. This is the hidden feature on Zoom to allow you to get high definition video quality, my friends. And then there it is in all of its glory. Optimize for third-party video editors. Here it says, generate recording files in a standard format compatible with third-party video editors. This may increase file size. You see what it says there? This may increase file size. That means that this is not getting that compression, okay? Because Zoom probably wants to save on disk space because they sell Zoom cloud storage. So they probably want to heavily compress their videos. I don't blame them, okay? It's also good for end users because we don't fill up our iCloud. We don't fill up our cloud storage accounts, right? So turn that off. The other thing that I'll just recommend is that when you do record to your local computer. Do not record to the cloud. Recording to the cloud adds another level of compression. Okay, so if you click on the record button, let me actually take a screenshot of this. I don't know. Can you guys see this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so if you click on the record button in Zoom, there are two options: record to this computer, record to the cloud. And there's our shortcuts, by the way, for Mac and PC. This one's a Mac, okay? I always recommend recording to your computer. And the reason why, once again, record to your computer, the reason why this is going to be better is because A, it's not going to use your storage, but more importantly, it's not going to compress the video. That is how we get higher quality videos on our YouTube account, because we record uncompressed footage with the best-in-class audio and video. Okay, folks, that sort of concludes this. I encourage you to go and have some fun, and then, as promised, we'll see Rob with his smile, with his happy, shining, beautiful smile, because now he has high-quality video and audio. Where is he? Oh, where is he? Where is that face?
Hey, very happy.
The screenshot or a real person there? No.
Very happy.
There he is.
Right on.
There he is. He went from 0 to hero now that he has high def audio and video on his Zoom.
It's great. Ruben, you're the Zoom expert. You have officially become like the Zoom guru as far as being able to explain this.
Thank you for saying that. I mean, the reason why we're so passionate about this is because we are building up our YouTube channel, and it has been a tremendous experience. Let me actually try to pull it up on my screen here.
You're the Zuru instead of guru.
I was gonna say we were using Zoom like for almost whatever eight years now, and because it was before before the pandemic, right? So when the pandemic happened and everyone was like familiar with Zoom, it was like already Slack and Zoom. It was like already our environment. So nothing really changed for us. So it was like we were already ahead of that curve. So. Yeah.
You know, and it's amazing what you can do if you take recordings from a Zoom call and then power up a YouTube channel with them. So this is one of our, we have two channels, Dubb Support and then Dubb Team on YouTube. And this is one of our channels here where these exact videos from these YouTube trainings get converted. And you'll notice that the audio and the video is definitely improving in every video. I just bought a ring light So I'm not going to get this haziness anymore. It's going to be here in 2 days. So I know I'm improving it. Darius is making some improvements. Rob is making some improvements, and I think all of these just result in a really good, high quality footage. So all of our videos get converted into these on YouTube, and then some of them actually end up on Shorts. So if you notice this one, this was a tutorial that Darius did, and that has received over 8,000 views. So
Nice.
this is 100 times more valuable than an advertisement because it's inbound, it's intent based, so people will find this video. So if you notice, if you start to really put in the investment, you will get engagement, you will get views, and it's kind of exciting. Okay. You'll also notice that we're live right now. We stream these live on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram account, and this is just another way to bring you guys in, to bring value. That's our YouTube account, and then this one is our Instagram account.
Martha had an interesting question too about Zoom. Is there a way to block Zoom bombers? I know that you can block them in real time. Like if somebody is in the act of bombing your Zoom, you can report and block them. Reporting them will remove them from future Zooms, and it'll report their account and stuff. And they can always just go get another free one, I'm sure, if they're just bad actors. But that doesn't prevent that same bad actor, right, if they make a new account, and then it also doesn't prevent other future bad actors. But that's the way to take care of somebody in real time, is you can in the Zoom profile, or especially in webinar setting, you can just remove them, or in your own personal meetings as well. And then there is a block list ahead of time. Again, if you preemptively knew, which you don't always do, like if you're hosting an open Zoom, you don't necessarily know who's going to join. So Martha, there's not any way to preemptively block every potential bad actor, right? Because a normal person can become a bad actor in the same meeting, right? They get upset or something. So that's kind of the way that it's done. Is the screenshot Ruben was showing there is remove and report. Report will be a better way to ensure that they aren't allowed in your future sessions, because it can block their IP, their account, right? Unless they're one of those just crazy people that want to make new Zoom accounts just to bother somebody. I don't know how many people are doing that, but
yeah,
those
absolutely.
are some ways to do that.
I'll give you a 60-second tutorial on this one because I think it's so relevant for just security and protection. So here's a quick tutorial on how to prevent people without a Zoom account from logging into one of your Zoom meetings. And then if you do want to remove someone, how to actually remove or even report them and block them from ever being able to enter. So the first setting here, you'll notice on our registration page, this is for our daily live training at dubb.com/T. You will notice that there is a image right here. It's a text right here, and it says, this requires people to have a Zoom account, so people can't sneak in. You have to have a Zoom account with your validated email address, and that way people can't sneak in and enter our meetings. And then if you do ever need to remove someone, then you can go ahead and click on the three dots next to their name in the panel in the participants section right here. So participants, hover over their name, click on the three dots, and then you click remove, or you can even click report, which will block them permanently. And then there is a blacklist inside of your zoom.us account, and you will notice their email in the blacklist. And if you ever want to whitelist them, you can go back and do that. There's also a section where you can preemptively block people based on their email addresses. So I encourage you guys to check out those settings.
Yeah, I was going to say nice. And thankfully, we've never had to do that. We've never had to permanently block anybody. I think we've been very blessed for that. So, all right, we're up to the 12 o'clock. Ruben, you have anything else you'd like to show?
You guys. Appreciate
awesome.
This was fun.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. Martha, I'm so glad you're here with us now. We're gonna get you taken care of. Keep coming back. Bring your best questions, use cases. Everybody else, of course, we're happy. Greg, we love you, my friend. Absolutely happy you're here. Always grateful to have your questions, comments. Oh, and Jai, welcome back, Jai. I didn't even see you there. Where'd your hand go? That's gone. You're out of here. Okay. See you later. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hey, Darius.
There we go.
Hey,
What's
Darius,
up, Jai?
I just wanted to say I sent you an email yesterday, man. Remember we was talking about
I saw that. It was like it was one of the responses you got, right?
Yeah. And that time there, that one time I just had to share that with you because that time Zia actually went out and did way too much. She actually calculated the number, actually made and threw a number out in front of him. Like I was like, oh no.
So I was
I
going to say, yeah, I
fixed
have
that though.
special exceptions for this all the time. Like, for example, I have a lot of insurance clients that they use SIA heavily, and they don't want, I was going to say, they don't want their SIA giving quotes, right? They don't want SIA giving insurance quotes. So they specifically give a line that says, do not give quotes, do not give price estimates. Even if the person's asking for it, say, in order to get you the most accurate numbers, you're going to need to do the thing that you, right, take the next step, whatever that is for your funnel. But if you wanted to give numbers,
remember, it wasn't Zia, my Elena. It was Zia, Zia
no,
and
that's
Zoho.
what I'm saying. Specific for Elena and Sia, though, is that same thing has occurred in the past where Sia started giving estimates on insurance quotes. It's like, well, what state are you in? Do you smoke? And it's like, no. We don't want you doing that. We want you to just, tell them what to do. So that's a specific line of instruction for all AI tools. If you have an AI frontline assistant in chat, on phone, anywhere, and you have it doing something, a behavior that you don't want, like you don't want it to give quotes, or don't want it to ask certain questions, you got to add a line that says, when somebody, even when pressed, even when multiple questions, do not give exact numbers, and instead deflect to, in order to get you the most accurate number, pricing, whatever, do this thing instead, right?
Exactly. What I did was I just strengthened the guardrails. I mean, because I had the guardrails really light,
yeah,
because I really trusted her.
right,
Because Zia usually doesn't make any mistakes like that, but she just
yeah.
went out all out. I mean,
It will
calculated
happen.
numbers
Yeah,
just perfectly.
99 out of 100 times it'll do one thing, and then randomly out of 100, that's AI. That's in its expected behavior. But what if you have, like you just mentioned, put some extra guardrails, a line or two of sentence that says, no matter what, even under multiple constrained questions, do not resort to giving estimates of numbers, and instead resort to this, right, which is the default. Contact me, whatever you'd actually want them to do. So that's a good piece. The
I
other
know
thing,
she's a lot better today. I was just sitting there as I was listening to you guys, and I'm like, okay, she did a lot better, because she responded probably back to about like 20 people this
yep,
morning alone.
yep,
This one I call. So
right,
she did really well today. Because
nice,
I mean, because
yeah,
that's because I put another article in, because
mm-hmm.
I'm always making articles for her to learn.
Yep,
So don't do this again,
right.
But but yeah. But I just had to share it with because I
Yeah,
did
I
email it to
appreciate
you.
that. I remember yesterday we talked too about having it automate, right? Like you give it those 30 of those responses,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
say, look, here's all the weird excuses people give. Now write me a prompt that handles all of this. And that
So
way it'll make way less mistakes, because it's trained on it's self-trained, right? On all the actual responses, on all the real data.
so wait, that brings me to one more point. I know you got to go. I'll make it quick, and I email you
Uh-huh.
the rest. But I heard you say that your Dubb AI can really take over that whatever that Zapier crap. So because
It's
if that
coming.
is the
Yeah, we're
case,
working, not today. But yes, that's
but I mean,
exactly the next step.
it can connect with Zoho Desk and Zoho CRM, right?
Yeah,
And
it could already
HubSpot,
connect with
right?
Zoho and HubSpot. Yeah.
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 And the little things that I wanted to do, it shouldn't take, because I'm not gonna do like I did when I on that pre-trial. I won't
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm like, cause I'm just thinking like, oh, wait, hold up, 50, like $50, okay, I can do that. I mean,
Right.
because I mean, like, because if it can do that and it's easy, I just
Yeah.
tell it what to do.
Right.
Because like that's what Zoho is. I mean, I supposed to tell it what to do, and it's supposed to
Right.
do it, but it
Yep.
don't do it. And I
Right.
don't know, maybe I'm prompting it wrong. I
Right.
copy everything that Ruben did, what he
Yep.
prompted, and what Rob did. I'm
Yep.
like, okay, and Zoho just ain't doing it right. It'll make
Yeah.
but it just don't do it right.
Right.
So, and I just want something that's okay. I tell them to do it. You do this, do this, do this. Make it.
Yep. Yep. Well, I'd say that's definitely possible, but like you said, the reality of it is maybe there's a line of prompt, some exception, an additional connection that needs to be made. There's all these little fine tunings that we've seen in helping people build workflows and automations with AI is where what I've seen specifically, because I work with a lot of people outside of these sessions, and I see a lot of where the mistakes happen, right? Where the prompts have little holes in them, where the processes are cumbersome or complex. Like, for example, if it's something that you can't yourself define, like if you're like for example, find me home buyers, right? Find me people that want to buy a house. And that's the exact prompt that some people use. And if you as a human were to try to do that, you would be like, I don't even know what that means. Like, what do? I go on Facebook and like scan posts to see who's like, I'm looking for a house. You know what I mean? It's kind of a nonsense thing, because it's just so large and broad and random. And so that's the type of prompt that some people make with AI, right? They're like, hey, find me the home buyers, but not realizing, well, like, hey, I don't know how to do, but that's your job. You go figure it out. But not realizing the complexity or the open-endedness of that type of task. And it ends up just like wasting time or because the AIs, all AIs are sycophantic, right? They're going to try to give you the answer and say, you're really smart. Here's your pat. Good question. Good job. They're all a little bit that way. And they're always going to try to give you the answer. And they're never going to say, I don't know. They're almost never going to say, I have no idea. I can't help you. So instead, when you say, find me the buyer, it's going to say, oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell this guy. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm just going to say, here, is this a buyer? It's like, you're like, okay, sure, I'll call it. And they're like, what? No. So that's the likely outcome of those type of, really broad strokes with AI. So I would say that's the biggest mistake. The other thing I see is really heavy automation, like building multiple step things like generate the lead, then scrub the lead, then skip Tracy to find the phone number, then send a 3-step sequence to them all in the cloud, right? Like not using a CRM, not using automation, but like do all of that in one prompt for this random type of persona. And it's just like, well, that's a 15-step process that is all in the cloud that has just too many variables, right? Things are going to happen wrong. So those are the biggest mistakes that I've seen in the stuff, Jai. And it sounds like your thing is not terribly complicated, but
it's really not. It's really
what I've
easy
heard from your
process.
thing so far, though, is what we need the raw inputs, the actual data, right? The scores or dozens of responses you've actually generated,
Yep.
and finding the outliers, the mistakes, the caveats that are in there. So it's like, okay, the bulk of them, great. Here's the bread and butter answers. But then everybody else, it's like, well, here's a weird outlier. Here's a weird outlier. How do we accommodate for those as best as possible with one simple automation? And so that's why I think that step. And in most people's cases, that's what it is if we can provide it enough context and real data, then it's going to be way sharper. Like if you say, hey, write emails in my voice, and you give it one email in your voice, not going to work very well, right? If you say, write emails in my voice, and you give it 1,000 emails that you've written, it's going to very much write in your voice. So,
well, I don't do that because you told me not to do that. Because I much rather have it. I'd rather have Zia write the email from in a third person as she's my assistant.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just giving an example. You're writing it, and that's totally just an example of how additional training benefits. Well, thank you.
Yeah, because I liked it that way because it felt like I was bigger.
Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it.
So
okay,
I did. That was great advice you gave me, though. Thank you,
appreciate that, Jai. Thank you.
Very good, man. You're the best. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Absolutely. We would love to help. We love to help people level up. Like our buddy wasn't here earlier, Devendra, family member. I'm like, absolutely. Level up everybody. We can help. We'd love to. So
I'm leveled up, man. You gave me my ICP. I know how to do that now.
Right.
I know how to say it now. I changed it like 18 times, but now
right. Hey, you're not alone. That's everybody. And most people are guilty of never settling. Like we're still changing with new AI stuff. So
yeah.
Well, I had to because things started because the more like you got me started where people actually started calling me now. They call me back. I love that. I got conceited. I got cocky. I don't even do that many hate gym videos no more.
Right.
I mean, because I don't have to.
That's beautiful.
I mean, it was like one video, like actually two.
Yeah.
It was like just blew me up. I'm like, oh, it worked.
Got people calling me. That in itself got people calling me. That is the best 4 words.
I love that.
Every person in real estate wants to hear. God, my phone started ringing. Like, oh my goodness.
Yes. People call me.
Amen.
Beautiful.
Jai, I'll leave you with this. Get into your Zoho and get into whatever you're using for Zapier and figure out if you can have an email that sends over the information, like the lead. Like for example,
wait, Mr. Remy, did you say for me to go on that Zapier? I don't like it.
No, Zoho will have an email thing for sure. Zoho definitely has.
It does.
The email stuff we're talking about, Ruben. Yeah.
So yeah, perfect. Just do your research on how to send the lead information to an email address. Like we call that like an internal notification. Please do your own research on that, and we're building up this email trigger in Dubb Agent, and this is a replacement for.
That's what I want. That's what I want. It's $50. I pay that. I pay that all day, and that covers everything. And I don't have to worry about Zapier.
Yeah, and then you can. Yeah, I mean, I was tracking today. Someone had there was like 3 subscriptions that people could cancel today. There was one, Darius, that you were talking. Oh, I think, what was it? It was a Go. I think it was Go High Level. It
Mhm.
was Zapier, and then there was a
Mhm.
third one in there. I can't remember which one it was. But
Oh, that you
it's
could cancel. Yeah.
that they could
Right.
cancel, and
Right.
that pumps me up because we all, Lord knows, we have so many subscriptions that we need to just can.
Everything is a subscription. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, because I would like to even have Dubb AI. Even that shouldn't take very much. It's already in there. But
yeah.
this doing because I got the Zoho Social.
Oh,
Because most of the stuff's
oh, yeah.
already automated.
I was talking to Ruben about this the other day too. Yeah, there's several products that people pay an
Yeah.
arm and a leg for already that Dubb AI is fully capable of replacing. Ruben and I just need to finish building out the because it has to work well, right? We don't want to put anything that's
Yeah.
like just like a turd out there. We want to make it really good, and once it's really good and tested, then we can deploy it and say you can replace this. And we're very proud of that, right? So that's exactly what we're working on, and we have a little hit list there, Jai, including social. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What makes me
because
nervous
I
about
know it can do it
social.
because it did it when I was on the trial. I actually had to connect it into Zoho One, and it worked just fine because Zoho Social was there, and it sent
Yeah.
out a couple messages for me. But that wasn't really what killed the credits. It was some other dumb stuff I was doing.
Right.
But like I said, I didn't know any better. I didn't know no
Yeah.
better.
Right.
I
No,
didn't
What
know
that's
makes
no
I
me
better.
tell
nervous
Ruben
about
all the
social is
time as well. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Ruben.
I was gonna say, I got to run after this, but what makes me
Yep.
nervous about social is, a vendor has to be approved by Meta or TikTok or YouTube to really be taken seriously, because otherwise you get placed at risk. So I would just do a quick search: is Zoho Social approved by Meta and by Google and by TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn, whatever you're using? Some vendors are, like maybe Hootsuite has some, Sprout Social. There's a couple that are, I think, approved, but we would have to go through the approval process. So I'm game to do that. I think it would be fun. But we'll start with integrating your existing ones. And then the other thing is there a true social automation that can post to Reels?
Yeah,
Like,
so social can.
it can post to make sure it can post to
Yeah,
Reels with a
Yeah.
title and a description
yep,
and
you can do that.
and video. It can post video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The only thing I've seen is LinkedIn doesn't allow video post
Oh yeah.
through automation, but everything else does. Yeah.
So Jai, do a Zoom versus sorry, do a Zoho versus native comparison.
Zoho versus who comparison?
Zoho versus Instagram. So post a video on
Oh,
Zoho
okay.
social and then post a similar video in maybe an hour on Instagram, on the Instagram app. And please come back tomorrow and tell me what the difference is in your engagement. Because what I've heard, and there's conspiracy theories all over the place, but what I've heard is that if you use third-party APIs to post on Reels, you don't get as much love because they're like, who is this guy using automation? We want native people that are holding their phones, glitchy cam,
Oh,
and
I see what you're
just
saying.
Yeah. I've heard the same. But
Yeah,
I've
I've heard
heard
that.
both sides. Some
yeah,
people say it makes a huge difference. Like they're going to absolutely prioritize somebody holding a cell phone, putting their face on the versus API uploads, because there's a high chance that that's a system or a business, not a fully engaged user, right? They want to reward the people.
yes,
But I've also read that, that's just conspiracy or whatever. So, and in reality, I believe it's definitely the first, right? They want
yeah,
to reward the people that are heavy users on the
yes,
platform. That's the people that drive everything on the platform. So that makes sense for me. And it's also something like Google does not publish a bunch of stuff about metrics like Gmail, like how many you can send, their spam complaint. Because as soon as you publish the rules, people know how to break them and know how to
yes.
circumvent them. So there's a lot of rules that are not published anywhere because exactly people will abuse and take advantage of them. That being, I believe there's probably a big advantage of uploading directly via your device, your app, versus using APIs. But it's hard to know for sure. They won't ever tell us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna do that right now. Like I say, I'm gonna do
Good.
it.
All right, yeah.
We're gonna run.
Do a little
All right.
comparison test and let us know.
Thank you, Rob, Ruben, everybody. Appreciate you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Gotcha.
See you later. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Ruben.